Yo, Wesley, what's up, man? So I switched on Monday to Twitch for my streams, but everything gets still uploaded to YouTube as a video after the fact. Yeah, let me just finish getting everything set up, and we'll get going here with year number 4. All right, what's going on, guys? Dusty Waffle back here for year number 4 of our Seattle Sockeye expansion franchise. We'll just get right into getting up to the regular season and get right started with the home opener, whoever that may be against. Avery, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing today? Okay, so we start the year at home against the Chicago Blackhawks. Forza, how are you doing today? Thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate it. And here we go, home opener. How does everything sound to you guys? So year number 4. Alright, no problem, Forza. I know I went live about an hour earlier, so you're probably still at work, but that's fine. Thank you for the lurk. Here we go, home opener. Spencer, Badgerberry 4, how are you doing today? I can adjust the mic settings in a second if I need to. Here comes Lucas Raymond, his NHL debut. I'm doing good, man. Year number 4 underway. We have ourselves a goal horn we're going to use when we score. So get ready for that. Oh. Not the start we were looking for, but that's okay. Alex DeBrincat gets the Blackhawks on the board first. Hayden Fleury. And here is the horn. Hayden Fleury rips one from the point on the pass from Anthony Duclair, and he blows it by Craig Anderson to tie the game at 1. Feeve, thank you for the heart. How are you doing? Orbit. I'm doing good, man. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. Avery, yeah, I think every game to start the season, year 2, 3, and 4, both teams have scored in the first minute, or first 5 minutes, which is absolutely crazy. Rangers, thank you for the follow, and thank you for stopping in. And yes, sir, Hayden Fleury gets the first goal on the season. Oh, Duclair nearly makes it 2-1. Glad to hear, Orbit. Ready for Vancouver to hopefully end the series tonight? Oh my. Okay. Huh. Goaltending might be an issue again this year, as Samsonov lets an easy one trickle through. Sunrays. What's going on, man? Thank you for the follow earlier. I really appreciate that. Badger. Taves used to be good. He's still good, but he's definitely on the decline, as Chicago takes a 2-1 lead here. 6 minutes in. Here comes Garyanov. Hit, unable to get the shot away. Kasha. Garyanov rips one. Good look. Ooh, that's not a bad idea, Orbit. 2 games. That's a little more than I do, because I think the simulation is the most accurate way to get like the right results. But 2 games, that's not too bad at all. Tuola turned over at the blue line. So at the end of last stream, we made 2 free agent signings. We picked up Nikita Zadorov, a defenseman, as well as Andrei Kasha. Yeah, we do be poaching those ducks, Avery. At the end, or when we started free agency at the end of last episode, or stream, there was a medium franchise potential forward who New Jersey only qualified an offer to, and we put in an $8.7 million offer on the man, but he accepted our offer, but New Jersey matched it, so we missed out on him. But they're going to have some cap issues coming up, and they have some really good young players who we might be able to poach in free agency if we can get lucky. Cousins, shot stopped, back to the point. Karil Nachuskin behind Anderson, and he'll hang on. Yeah, Orbit. It's like, you want to try to make a run at the cup, but also now we get a shot at first overall. So it's like, either way, something good was going to happen. And it's 2-0. Or, sorry, 2-2, my bad. As Dylan Cousins buries the rebound past Anderson to tie it at 2. Yo, Breezes, how are you doing today, man? Thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate that. So just over 6 minutes to go here in the first. We're tied at 2. Turned over. Here's Braden McNabb. Good defensive play to get back. Max Jones. Another good defensive play this time by Chicago. Yeah, Rangers, I wish it was 2-0 to us. But you don't always get that lucky in this game. Sorelli to Beauvillier. Turned over behind the Chicago net. I am on whatever the second hardest is. I think it's All-Star or like All-Pro orbit. Whatever's above Pro, I think is what it is. Tyson Barrie on the power play. First one of the game for either team. As Chicago clears. I think that's the one that gives the most competitive game as the most difficult. Sometimes you can struggle to get anything really going against the CPU. Beauvillier to Krug. Sorelli. Barrie, spin move at the point. And will it be a 5-on-3? I believe it will. As Kirby Dach heads off for tripping. So a big opportunity here for Seattle to take their first lead of the game. But Chicago wins the draw and will clear it down. So 5-on-3 power play for a minute. Harkins unable to get that pass. But here comes Seattle looking to set it up in the offensive zone. Garyanov rips one good stop by Anderson as he deflects that up and out of play. Duclair will retreat, and he'll feed it to Lowry on the breakout. Duclair at the point. Tried to get a tip in front, but too much by his teammate. Oh, gee. Rangers, I'll read that in a second. Once we get to the intermission here. Duclair fires one good stop by Anderson again. Final minute of the period. First power play is over. Dylan Cousins. Here he comes. Throws one on net into the corner. Couldn't get the rebound. Garyanov trickles behind Anderson but wide. As Krug will have to retreat and pick it up. Final 10 seconds. Chicago kills off both penalties on the 5-on-3. And that'll do it for the first period. 2 goals apiece. Leaves us knotted at 2 after 1. Tom Sanderson, how are you doing today, man? I'm doing good. Thank you for stopping in. So Rangers, you traded for Drouin and got rid of Duchesne. And you're Indianapolis Americans are 32-11-3. Rangers, that is a solid start to a year. What season are you in? Are you in year number 1 or are you a couple years in there? Glad to hear you're doing great, Tom. I appreciate you stopping in here. Oh, top cheese, Lucas Raymond. His first goal on the campaign. A tight angle, puts it far side, top corner past Anderson. And Seattle takes their first lead of the game. A nice shot there from Raymond as this top line gets themselves on the board. Oh, yeah. You can get some really good players in expansion drafts right now. In this one, we got Taylor Hall. We had the choice at Kemper, but chose not to take him and went with Jacob Markstrom and Tristan Jarry, who are now both gone, as well as Taylor Hall. But we also got Barry, Torrey Krug, and TJ Brody defensively. So the expansion draft has some very good players available. Max Jones pokes it free, but unable to reach up to it, as Gusev fires one and Samsonov punches it away. Duclair to Beauvillier. Yeah, Rangers. That's the one thing, is there's so many good defensemen to take that you have to figure out which ones you want to go for as well. So what I do in the playoffs is I will slow sim every game so you guys can see what happens, and then if it's a chance to close out a series, we'll go in like the final 10 minutes of the third period to try and close it out, and then so you guys can see the celebration, like the handshake line, if it's for a cup, lift up the cup, and all that kind of stuff. Orbit. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know there was one team. I think it was like Chicago just has nobody really to pick up in the expansion draft, really, that has like any quality. I don't even remember who we took, honestly, but I guarantee you they're not on this team anymore. Three-two midway through the second period here. Chicago looking to tie it up. VC in front to Shore, across to Kane. Good poke by Samsonov there. Good stop, and he'll play it to Krug, who's looking to allow a line change. Gets through, should not be an icing, and it's not. Nice play by Harkins to pick off that pass. Jansen just puts one on net. Kasha, as the defenseman will go for a line change. Big hit by Pulak there. Cousins nearly stepped around the defender to be in all alone, but a nice defensive stick there. Here comes Raymond back the other way. And Lucas Raymond fires one past Anderson for his second of the game. And Seattle extends the lead 4-2. 2 goals here in the second period by Lucas Raymond. On pace for a hat trick. With 5 minutes to go in the second period. Wrist one, good stop by Anderson. Rangers. Yeah, exactly. You never know that one piece of a Duchesne type of player could push you over the edge, and then Drouin in this game has always been, I think, better than he is in real life. But to pick him up, that's a very nice acquisition for your expansion team. And to go 30-12 since picking him up, that's crazy, man. Here's Karil Nachuskin, closing in on the final minute of the second period here. Hayden Fleury. Shot was blocked. As the defense went for a line change. Puck went all the way down. VC across to Nygaard. Stopped by Samsonov. Dalcol. And Anderson will stop that. So at the end of 2 periods of play here at Key Arena in Seattle, the Sockeye lead 4-2 on the back of 2 goals by Lucas Raymond, who was acquired for Taylor Hall at the start of year number 2. Rangers, that's literally what always happens in this game, is you talk about going on a nice little run, and then EA says, oh, hold on. Don't get too comfortable. For us in our last 2 seasons, we've been in a playoff spot with 5 games to go or so, and have gone on 5-game losing streaks to miss out on the playoffs by 1 point, which has been pretty rough, to say the least. Raymond with the block. And he's going to head into the box for tripping once Seattle touches up. And Chicago will get their first power play of the evening. Gusev. Good block in front. Nachuskin trying to dig it free. It gets to Sorelli. He cuts across center. Zadorov just fires one wide, but I'll let the forwards go to work, but they don't. It's back the other way. Good block. Sorelli picks off the pass. Tries to clear, but can't. Nachuskin gets it to center. A minute to go on the Chicago power play. Boquist puts it wide. Badin. Intercepted by Sorelli, and they can kill some clock here. Sorelli will skate into the corner. Tried to get it to Zadorov, but picked off, but Zadorov steals it. Here's Nachuskin to kill some time. Sorelli in the slot. Good stop by Anderson. And he gets taken down on a trip, and we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey. Oh, so you've gone like 2-6 Rangers in your last couple of games. That is a rough time. And yes, Feeve. Come on, Seattle. Let's do this. Patrick Kane to McNabb. Fired one wide past Samsonov. Krug to Cousins. Max Jones couldn't get the shot away as he had Anderson beat. Yeah, Rangers, when you speak about the record, that's when EA changes things up and says, no, you're not going to do well now. In front, Raymond couldn't get a stick on it. A minute to go on the Seattle power play, their third of the evening. A nice poke there. Kane around behind to Taves. Raymond picks it off. Good stop by Anderson. Closing in on 5 minutes gone in the third period. Poor timing for a change by Raymond, but it's beat out for the icing. But a good defensive play by McNabb. Lowry up to Harkins. He'll wrist one, stopped by Anderson. Duclair at the point. And Anderson will hang on for the whistle. Gomer, what's going on, man? Thank you for stopping in, and I appreciate the follow that you dropped a little bit ago. We're in the third period here of the home opener of year number 4. Trying to start our season off on the right foot. Adam Lowry. It's 5-2. As Adam Lowry wrists one from the top of the slot. High blocker side past Anderson to extend the lead to 5-2 as they get their first power play goal of the season. So fighting for first place in the Western Conference, Rangers. Is that what that's what I'm guessing? Yes, Gomer. I appreciate you stopping in, Gomer. It means a lot, man. Thank you. Oh, nice. That's a good idea, Rangers, to put them in the Central Division. So what I did, as Shore gets his own rebound and beats Ilya Samsonov to make it 5-3. I put Seattle in the Pacific, as they're going to be IRL, and the move is supposedly going to be Arizona to the Central Division to make it the even 8 across the board. And a quick response by the Sockeye as Ryan Pulak put one towards the net, and it somehow beat Anderson as Seattle's able to restore the 3-goal lead. Hey, Gomer, I appreciate that. Even just stopping in whenever you can is better than nothing in my book. So, yeah, I appreciate you following Pittsburgh has the best record with 78 points in 54 games. It's not overly that good in my opinion, Rangers, but still not obviously not too shabby either. As Samsonov pushes that away. Yeah, the Midwest doesn't really have many hockey teams like outside of Minnesota, Chicago, St. Louis, and Nashville. Unless, like, if you're counting Dallas as well, but still, yeah, I could see Indianapolis being a pretty good spot. And that's also where, if you didn't know, Wayne Gretzky made his professional debut with Indianapolis of the WHA before moving to Edmonton, where everybody knows he spent the majority of his career. Ten minutes gone in the third. Chicago on their second power play. Cirelli, good pinch along the wall, but unable to get it past Gusev. To brink it at the point to Taves. Fired home, no goal. What do we have here? Was it a goaltender interference, potentially? Yeah, you definitely could revamp the WHA team with Indianapolis. But I think Seattle was the right call, as that is waived off for goaltender interference. You know, Seattle's one of the largest markets in the U.S. to not have an NHL team. They're the first city in the U.S. to win the Stanley Cup as well. So I think it's a perfect way to pay homage in that sense, as the Metropolitans won the Stanley Cup back in 1918, part of the Pacific Coast Hockey League. So Seattle 2 for 2 on the penalty kill, as they kill off that one. In front, Hayden Fleury. Makes it 7-3 in favor of the Sockeye. A nice pass for Max Jones across the front. And Fleury puts it past Anderson for his second of the game. With 8:20 to go here in the third. About the Seattle Metropolitans, Gomer? Is that what you're asking about? Yes, Sunrays, we are kicking butt. I know that off the top of my head. I have pretty extensive knowledge of hockey, to say the least, and sports in general. Sunrays, last season we had some games like this, where we were just absolutely dominating. But as I said earlier, we missed out on the playoffs. So unless you can use these kind of games to get momentum, it doesn't really help all that much. But hopefully this year will be different. We got some growth out of our young guys. Nygaard will lead the breakout. Cross to McNabb? Or McCabe, excuse me. It's Jake McCabe cuts into the lead. His first of the campaign. assisted by Nygaard and VC, with 4 minutes to go here in the third. Dumped all the way down. Not too big of an issue. Taro Sugimoto. Rangers, who is Taro Sugimoto? And Gomer Sports are pretty much my whole life. In a not in a sad way. It's just that's what has always interested me and what I want to do in doing life once I graduate from college. Oh yeah, the Buffalo fake pick. That's right, Rangers. Thank you for reminding me of that. But Dragon Ball history. See, that's where I get lost. You get like that kind of stuff. I'm nowhere there. Beauvillier. Garianov fired wide. Cousins. To the point to Duclair. Oh, short-handed goal. Makes it 7-5. Okay, so you're more of a football guy. Bears and Chiefs. I'm a Raiders fan, so that hasn't been the best time in the last decade and a half. TFen21, thank you for the host. That is absolutely amazing. I greatly appreciate that. And yes, you are here for a Dusty Waffle stream. Final minute, empty net. Here's Cousins looking to ice this. Okay, so mainly a Bears fan. Not too bad. Deflected wide. Final 40 seconds. Yeah. Rex Grossman. In front, Harkins grabs the rebound. And Jansen Harkins puts it into the empty net. And surely that will do it there. It should be 52-0 Rangers. I agree there. But that should do it on the home opener. 8-5 lead with 26 seconds left. If I blow this, I might just quit this series. And we move somewhere else. Duclair to Sorelli. To Brinkat. Final 10. That will do it. And Seattle takes the win on opening day. 8-5. Ilya Samsonov picks up the win. Not his best performance. Oh geez, Tifen, didn't realize your power was out. But glad that you got it back. So 3 stars of the game, Lucas Raymond, the 3rd star. 2 goals. Pulak, 2nd star with a goal and an assist. And Hayden Fleury, 1st star of the game. 2 goals and an assist. Final score was 8-5. Shots 32-31 in favor of the Blackhawks. The Sockeye out hit Chicago 20-7. And Chicago led the face-off battle 18-16. With Seattle going 1 for 4 on the power play. With Seattle going 1 for 4 on the power play. And Chicago going 0 for 2. Oh geez, you lost it at Tuesday afternoon and got it back last night. That's crazy, man. That's like 2.5 days of no power. Oof. I can't imagine. So we will begin simulating the season. I think our first game that we will slow sim will be against San Jose, so we'll simulate up to that day. I had to go to other places to get internet. That is not a fun time, T-Fen. So year 1, after the expansion draft, we went, I forget what our record was, but we finished first in the Pacific Division, which got us home ice in the first round of the playoffs. But we had to face the defending Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues, who we took to 7 games before ultimately falling to them. And then years 2 and 3, we finished the seasons on multiple losing streaks. Both had 5+ game losing streaks, which took us out of the playoffs and put us 1 point out both seasons. So we missed the playoffs by 1 point years 2 and 3. So we're looking to change that fortune and get back into the playoffs with Seattle here. So Couture and Carlson get 2 early for San Jose before Beauvillier beats Grubauer to make it 2-1 after 1 period of play. Second period, seeing if we can knot it up here before we enter in for the third period and see if we can give ourselves the victory here. As Timo Meier gets one past Vanacek. So we enter period number 3. Down 2 goals. Avery, where are you going? If you don't mind me asking. So here we go, big third period here against a Pacific Division rival in the Sharks. Cousins loses the opening draw of period number 3. Wristed in, stopped by Vanacek. Good hit by Krug to knock it free as he can start the counter. Max Jones. Wrist one on net, good stop by Grubauer. Oh, nice, Avery. That should be a fun time. I've only fished once or twice in my life. And well, okay, technically it's more than that, but the other time, A lot of the other times was was when I was the camp counselor last summer, and I was working with a fishing camp. So that was good times. Yes. Boo Sharks, Avery. Boo the Sharks. Especially since you are a Ducks fan. But Avery, we still got our Anthony line doing what they do best. Vlasic to Hurdle. Brent Burns to LeBanc. If my camp didn't shut down this year, maybe I could have been your camp counselor, Avery. Here comes Lowry. 5 minutes gone here in the third period. And a trip will send San Jose to the power play. From the point, good stop by Vanacek as he deflects that. Up and out of play. Sorelli wins it back to Zadorov. He'll play it around to Lowry. Lowry steps around. Nachuskin. Karil Nachuskin short-handed goal on a nice pass from Adam Lowry across the front of the net. Nachuskin able to just redirect it past Grubauer. It's a 3-2 Sharks lead. Avery, so you could see me being a camp counselor, even though you've never seen me. Lol. In the corner. Yeah, I'm Rangers. I'm not sure how they rate the teams. I know it's based off of the ratings of players, but like my goalies are 87 and 82, and I believe we are listed at 89 goaltending as San Jose scores one on the power play. Evander Kane makes it 4-2. So some work to do here. Gomer, I appreciate those kind words about the follow and whatnot. Here's Max Jones. Fire just wide. Pareko to Carlson. Gambrel. Here comes Lucas Raymond. Across Tyson Berry, the one-timer, blocked in front. Gomer is the true MVP of everybody's stream that he is in. Kasha fired just wide, or excuse me, stopped by Grubauer. That's a pretty solid goaltending duo. So I took 4 out of the expansion draft Rangers. I took Tristan Jarry, UC Saros, Jacob Markstrom, and Malcolm Subban. And we have, I think, 2 left in the organization, or it's just 1. I can't remember if I traded Saros or not. But I know we still have Malcolm Subban, who is down in the AHL as our third string goaltender until Yaroslav Askarov is ready to take over from Vitek Vanacek as our backup, and then our starter from Samsonov. Here's Sorelli. Nikita Zadorov. As Seattle cuts it back to a 1-goal lead. A nice feed across. Zadorov ripped the one-timer past Grubauer. And it's 4-3. Oh. Avery, that is a very good question. I think our emergency backup goalie is none other than the absolute legend himself, David Ayres. Gomer, so E-Bug is the emergency backup goaltender. So, for a game, you're allowed to dress 2 goaltenders. One, obviously the starter, and one's your backup. But it has happened in the past where both goaltenders have gotten injured and have been unable to finish out a game. So, every arena in the NHL has an emergency backup goaltender, or they have multiple that they employ, but we'll have at least one in the arena for every game. So if both goaltenders are unable to continue, the emergency backup goaltender has to go in, and normally it's just an average Joe kind of guy. This year, first time ever, the emergency backup goaltender got a win. If you see in chat, Avery wrote, David Ayres is a hot commodity. He got the win and was a Zamboni driver for the Toronto Maple Leafs AHL affiliate, the Toronto Marlies, and has practiced with them in the past, as Carolina had both their goalies get injured. Came in and got the win for Carolina against Toronto. You had to pay him a little extra, Avery, to get David Ayres as our Zamboni driver, but to have him as our E-Bug, definitely a big pickup. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize there were 30 seconds left. Okay, so we're gonna have to pull the goalie here. Hayden Fleury. There it is. And Hayden Fleury knots it at 4. A big short-handed goal late here in the third period. Yes, sir. We swim upstream here. Gomer, I watch at least one hockey game a night during the regular season. And right now, since they came back, I've watched basically at least part of every game that's been on. And Sunrays, I appreciate that. I try to give you guys some extra knowledge. I know hockey is not as popular as a lot of other sports, so just trying to give you guys some more knowledge that you might not have. Rangers. Who did Vancouver not protect as their goalie? I'm just curious if you can remember. And yes, Avery, Seattle is the best. So San Jose We'll have a 4-on-3 power play for 1:15. So we will go 4-on-4 following that until the next stoppage if we can kill off this San Jose power play. Sorelli fires one, stopped by Grubauer. Yes, Avery. I played for 14 years. I played hockey for 14 years, and 12 of those years were as a goalie. So, sports are, or hockey in general has been one of my go-tos my entire life. Yes, Gomer, use the e-bug to make yourself look smart in front of your friends. Rangers, was it Thatcher Demko? If that rings a bell name-wise. Final 3 seconds. We killed off the power play, so 4-on-4 until the next whistle. And we'll go back to 3-on-3 in overtime. This Grubauer will hang on, and here it is, 3-on-3. Yeah, thanks, Sunrays. Honestly, I don't know what got me into hockey. Is like neither of my parents played or were really into it, but my parents said I have an AHL team, which is like the lower level, like affiliate kind of thing, and their arena, they got a new arena back in 2002, so I would have been like 2 years old, and it was the final game there, and my parents went to the game, but I didn't go because I was only like 2, and my mom said probably because I didn't go to that game, I was gonna make them pay by having to play hockey, because it is an expensive sport to play. From the point, stopped by Grubauer on the shot by Duclair. Hey, varsity bowler. Bowling's always good fun, especially if you're good at it. I'm not the best, but I'm not terrible. I can pick up a strike here and there. But I respect bowling. Yeah, I kind of just dove right in. So, when you start hockey, if you start at like 5 years old when it's like normal down in the US, you pretty much just play every position just to like learn. And when I was playing at that level, I'd always ask my coach, and I was like, can I be the goalie? Can I be the goalie whenever we were playing? And after that, I enjoyed that part, and then once I moved to the next level, I was like, I want to be the goalie. And that's where I ended up. I'm a beast at air hockey, if that counts. Hey, air hockey's even good fun as well. Final minute of overtime. Good stop by Grubauer. Might be going to our first shootout in game that you guys will see in this franchise. Ripped one, good stop. Yeah, it's hockey's more of the like major professional sports. It's the more like less well known or more niche based, comparatively speaking, to like baseball, football, basketball, soccer. So, Gomer, I understand why you may not have gotten into hockey as much. Here's Beauvillier. Oh, good stop by Grubauer on the backhand. Yeah, the skating is definitely the hardest part, at least to start with. But, I started ice skating when I was 3. And there it is. A late OT winner. And Seattle pulls it out. But yeah, Gomer, as you're saying, ice. You're worried about the ice. What about the other guys with the stick? That's the thing. It's you're playing on hard ice with knives on your feet while other people come at you with sticks and try to kill you, basically. That's basically what hockey is. Rangers, you had a shootout. Yeah, Kemper this year has been absolutely phenomenal in real life, and I'm glad that EA gave him the rating, the upgrades that he's deserved throughout the year. As we will simulate another month up until we face Buffalo. So we're on a good start to the year here in year number 4, 15-7-2. Closing in on the end of the calendar year of 2022. Not many games left. Two straight losses, but a win as we head into this Buffalo game at home just before the Christmas break. And we'll start the sim right away for you guys. As we're 20-10-2. So first period here at Key Arena, let's see what happens. As Jack Eichel gets an early one. Reinhardt makes it 2-0. Oh, geez, you were short-handed 5-on-3 Rangers? And you killed that off. That's crazy, man. And then you took it to the shootout and were able to win it there. That's awesome, man. (4-2) is Montour and Skinner. Oh my! In the U.S. is much more well known than hockey, especially since it's actually like the local channels cover it, as in like CBS and Fox and NBC. Whereas hockey, you really only get one nationally televised game a week, if that, on the NBC game. So you definitely have more opportunities to watch football comparatively. To be fair, Sunrays, I never actually broke anything playing hockey. I was injured like 3 times with concussions, but that was it. Never broke a bone, which is better than a lot of people that play hockey can say. Wait. Avery. You play hockey, and you didn't tell me this. But, Gomer, honestly, on the ice, it's not that cold. Especially, with all the equipment you wear, the movement you have. You're pretty close to other people on the bench anyways. Gomer, I've never broken anyone's bones either. Because as the goalie, you don't really do much hitting or get hit, as opposed to the rest of the guys on the ice. The main thing is I got kicked in the head a bunch, but that was about it. But that happens in hockey, so as a goalie, you expect that to happen. I never sniffed any smelling salts. Um, I've never blacked out from a concussion, which is I'm thankful to say, as Buffalo makes it 7-2. Yeah, I mean, people do smack me with the stick, but I don't really. Sitch, no horn. Um, Especially as a goalie, you have a lot more padding comparatively to the rest of the players, especially on your legs and arms. So even if you do get hit, it doesn't really hurt all that much. And Sitch, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate that. Good stop by Samsonov there. The biggest place for goalies that get injured is their wrists. If it gets like bent under somebody, their head. With a lot of goalies get concussions from shots and just being run into in general, and then the back of their leg because it doesn't actually have protection unless they wear like Kevlar socks, which are like the bulletproof socks that can't be cut. Because there have been goalies that have gotten their legs cut as well as their necks cut, but the neck is a lot more rare happening. The main one being Clint Malarchuk, as we're now down 8-2. It is not a good game. But no one has ever died based off of getting their neck cut, which is great to hear. Yes, Avery, just wear like 5 pairs of socks. Oh man, I am not in a good spot right now. Rangers, are you asking me about if I ever got hurt going cross crease? Or are you asking somebody else? Or like Avery? As we're down 8-2 midway through the third period here. Not the game we wanted. I never actually I've pulled my groin once, but it wasn't a really bad pull. I just sat out practice the next day just to make sure it was good to go, but that was pretty much the only time I've gotten hurt that way going cross crease. I stretched a lot when I played, which helped that to limit the potential of pulling like my groin or inside of my leg, which I'm happy with, to say the least. But those are always the best saves to make, Rangers, the cross crease. Kind of desperation when you're just like reaching back to try to do everything you can to keep the puck out. Yeah, I mean, a lot of goalies, they don't break their bones comparatively as much as out on the ice players. So especially in high school where it's not as physical per se. So you don't get a lot of broken bones in high school hockey as much. Bowl size skates and have infinite socks. Avery, I like that. We all love bowl. Bread bowl. So 2 minutes left here, or 2.5 minutes left here in the third. Looks like we will be picking up our first gameplay loss of the year. A nice deke rebound. Skinner, I believe that's his hat trick. So actually, since it's a 9-2 game, I'm just going to quit and simulate the rest of it. Since, oh, Sitch, awesome. Yeah, just, send me an invite then whenever you get it set up, and I will definitely hop on and we can get that team going. Sounds like good fun. So we fall to 20-11-2. We will simulate up to this Winnipeg game in the middle of January. Awesome, Sitch. I can't wait to get going with that. Haven't done some of that in a while, so that should be good fun. So middle of January, we are closing in on our game against Winnipeg. Yeah, honestly, Avery, with all of the, but to be fair, all of the equipment that you wear in hockey is pretty protective, so not much fully happens. Whereas, especially in soccer, all you're really wearing is shin guards and cleats. I could see that being that you have more injuries from soccer. As Beauvillier beats Connor Hellebuck. But Kyle Connor, a semi-quick response for the Jets. So after one period of play, we are knotted at 1 with Winnipeg outshooting us 11-6. And Patrick Laine early in period number 2 makes it 2-1. And he makes it 3-1. He's got himself his second of the game. Blake Wheeler makes it 4-1. Yeah, that makes sense, Avery. Just like awkward, like turning of your knee or something can happen. Rather than, obviously, you don't get hit. You don't get hit like you do in hockey. But that's crazy that you've torn your ACL and MCL. Gomer. Oh, Gomer. So big third period here against Winnipeg. I don't even know what to say to that, Gomer. Cousins rips one off the post. Krug at the point. Deflected out of play. Avery, at least you didn't tear them both at the same time. That would have been absolutely brutal. Krug, shot deflected to Raymond. Wheeler, around behind. Point to Morrissey. Here's Max Jones. 3 minutes gone here in the third. And a power play upcoming to Winnipeg. One of the most potent power plays in the league. Big hit, and there it is. Winnipeg heading to the power play. If that, if both had been torn at the same time, you would ask them to pull the plug. Gomer, that does not sound like a fun time, to say the least. Uh, Nachuskin with the steal to Sorelli. Good stop by Hellebuck. Yo, strong teeth, though? Avery, you're right, that is a very good quality to have. Pretty much eat through anything. And if you don't get any like tooth pain from like ice cream or like cold foods, you're enjoying life at that point. Hit up in the corner. Line A turns it over. 3-on-2 opportunity. Tyson Barrie. Short-handed goal by Tyson Barrie makes it a 4-2 game, as there is life here for the Sockeye. Barrie picks up his 5th goal on the season from the point. Love to see the defense getting involved a little bit offensively, especially on the penalty kill. Ehlers to Scheifele. Ehlers, good stop by Samsonov. Fired wide. And Beauvillier will head to the box for tripping. It'll be 5-on-3. Yes, Sitch. Barrie. It's a nice play to set him up on the one-timer as a 5-on-3, so big opportunity here for Winnipeg to extend it back to 3, but a good opportunity for Seattle in their own right to get some momentum, killing this off if they can. Here's Barrie across to Sorelli, just missed him. Vesalainen across to Spacek. Good stop by Samsonov on the rebound. First penalty's over. Cousins rips it on net, and Hellebuck will hang on for the whistle. The top power play line out there for Winnipeg. Nachuskin will tee one up. Blocked in front. Falls to Harkins. Unable to get the shot away. Zadorov missed the check. Good stop on the one-timer from Wheeler. Pionk in line A. Another good stop by Samsonov as they try to do a little redirect in front. Scheifele. Samsonov will play it to Nachuskin, who turns it over. Line at the point to Pionk. Dumped in, and Zadorov can start the break. Across to Harkins. Harkins shot stopped by Hellebuck, who will hang on for the whistle. 18 seconds to go on the Beauvillier minor for tripping, with 12:59 to go in the period. In front, good stop by Samsonov yet again. He has had a very strong third period so far. Barrie Unable to get it to Sorelli, but the Sockeye kill off the 5-on-3. Much needed momentum here, possibly for Seattle. Lowry. Hellebuck will hang on. Closing in on the midway point of the third period here. Torrey Krug. Good stop by Hellebuck. Oh, Sitch, that is a very nice pickup for Ristolainen. 2 firsts. Where did you send him, Sitch? Krug. Good effort. .942 to go. Turned over. Krug, good poke. He can start the counter. Spin move. Tyson Barrie. Tyson Barrie gets his second of the game and second of the period to cut it to a 1-goal game. Oh, you sent Ristolainen to Boston. Is it what years are the first round picks, Sitch, if you don't mind me asking? But Tyson Barrie makes it 4-3 Winnipeg. A nice passing play from the defenseman who were able to jump up as Seattle was making a change offensively, and they don't miss. Just under 8 to go. It's a 1-goal game. Vesalainen picked off the pass, but another good stop here in the third period by Ilya Samsonov. Lowry up to Garyanov. Cut back. Good stop by Hellebuck. Turned over in front. Zadorov hit, but it'll allow Pulock to start the breakout. And Ryan Pulock knots it at 4. And this game is tied off 3 goals by defensemen here in the third period for Seattle. Oh, Sitch, nice. So you got this year's first and next year's first from Boston. That's awesome. Probably late picks, but still find some really good players in those in the first round of those drafts. What a third period this has been for Seattle. On a 5-on-3 penalty kill, don't allow Winnipeg to put up a power play marker. 2 goals by Tyson Barrie, 1 short-handed, and then 1 by Ryan Pulock, which tied it. Back come the Jets. Pionk, shot stopped. Nachuskin will play it to Beauvillier, who left it for Fleury. And Hellebuck will hang on for the whistle. As Avery says, and as Forza says, we just keep swimming upstream. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. The salmon don't give up in Seattle. And a hook. A late power play here for the Sockeye. And a chance to take the lead late. Sitch, I like that name. Wesley Snipes Ahoy. So, Sitch, when I would play ESHL with my friends, we would always pick like a theme. So, last year we were Team IKEA. So, our first name was always was the name of an item from IKEA, and then our last name would be a Swedish player. I don't remember the IKEA names off the top of my head, but they were some pretty funny ones at the end of the day. So, just over a minute to go. In regulation, we're knotted at 4. Here comes Max Jones. The top power play line's out there. Krug, good stop by Hellebuck. Barry retreats and picks it up to Harkins. Here's Jansen Harkins, the former Winnipeg Jet, who Seattle took in the expansion draft. His clapper stopped by Hellebuck as he hung on for the whistle. From the point, shot blocked. Here's Brian Little. He'll dump it down to kill a little bit of this power play. Blade Gomer. Ooh, that's a cool name. Sitch. I like that. Final 30 seconds. Beauvillier rips one, good stop by Hellebuck. Final 15. Will we see a winner in regulation, or will we be heading to overtime? Morrissey can't clear. One last chance. Shot blocked, Beauvillier. Rebound nearly. Gomer, I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I want to do. Currently, I'm studying sports journalism or sports media in college. So this is basically what I want to do anyway in life after graduation. So it's just giving me some practice, pretty much. Oh no! Oh, you hate to see that. Patrick Laine buries the rebound past Samsonov, and he gets himself the hat trick. As after blowing a 4-1 lead in the third period, Laine saves the day, and the Jets pick up the win 5-4. Gomer, that's funny. But, I mean, you're not quiet in chat, and I like that. You're interactive, which is always fun to see. And Sunrays, I appreciate that compliment of I should be an announcer. Yeah, Avery, at least I do like the Jets. So not the worst for losing to them. We haven't played Detroit in this franchise. We'll play this game. We'll simulate up to that date. Right before we head to the trade deadline. Not sure if there is any moves we want to make here before the stretch run. You wouldn't have been the first person to tell me that I have a great announcer voice. I think it was Kieran and Fiva both said that before, as did Beaston today. Donnie Biscuits, Randall McGurts, Victor Fizdig. Okay, I like those names, Sitch. That's always fun though, just to make some names that are funny. That's the best part, I feel, with ESHL. Donald McRonald. Avery, I'm gonna steal that from you. but I'll give you credit. Um, Sunrays, when you know what you're talking about and you like talking about it, it makes it easy to just kind of talk about the topic that whatever's going on, like right now, hockey. So 3-1 Detroit here in the first. So after 3-1, goals by Mantha, Larkin, and Vasily Ponomarev, as Max Jones the lone goal for Seattle. So we'll start the second period. Gomer, I appreciate that you like me, and I appreciate you talking in chat. It gives some more interaction between myself and you guys, which is awesome. So it looks like entering the third, we will be down 2 goals yet again, trailing entering the third period. You know what? We're going to switch it up for this game. We're going to wear our alternates, give you guys a chance to see those. So here we go, third period. Big game here against Detroit, heading in to the trade deadline. A very good top line for Detroit of Larkin, Zadina, and Mantha. Sitch, I think I just saw Rasmus Ristolainen as a member of the Detroit Red Wings, which is a little interesting. But an early third period power play coming up for the Sockeye as Larkin heads off for charging. So he ran into the back of Lucas Raymond. Cleared down, so Seattle will have to regroup and set it up. Cousins, good stop by Philip Larson. Another shot, this time blocked by Veleno. He'll hand it off to Saad, who's checked by Duclair, which will allow Seattle a chance to set it back up. Gurianov at the point. Stopped by Larson. Off the outside of the post by Gurianov this time. Here's Duclair. Spins. Tries to leave the check of Saad. Unable to. But poked free to Sorelli in the corner. Nice interception by Dennis Chalowski. Here's Beauvillier, a chance. In all alone. Unable to beat Larson. He's had himself a solid day. Ristolainen will clear. Out of play. Sunrays, is Reese still streaming? Because you could go and just put it in chat there and tell him. Because I haven't looked since I started mine. And yeah, Gomer, that makes sense. If you if it's just awkward, it's kind of just weird being in chat and like trying to talk and not know like what to say or at all. Harkins, unable to pick up the loose puck. Ristolainen to Moritz Seider. The Red Wings' first-round pick of 2019. The 6'4" German defenseman. Ah, okay. I wasn't sure if he did or not. Stolen. Here's Max Jones. Good stop by Larson as the penalty expires and Larkin's out of the box. Travis Hamonic. Dumped in. As Krug retreats and will play it to Lowry. Sorelli, good stop. If I am free tomorrow, I have to take an exam, but if I'm free and they're still live, I'll stop in into their stream, Gomer. Down in the corner, knocked off the puck. Here's Fleury. Hayden Fleury up to Anthony Beauvillier. Little stride deke. And he blows one past Philip Larson. So, Anthony Beauvillier beats Philip Larson. It's now a 1-goal game with 12:45 to go here at Key Arena. Beauvillier has picked up his 19th on the year. Yes. Let's go, Sunrays. Here's Harkins. He'll feed it to Michael Dalcole. Dalcole. And Michael Dalcole has knotted it at 3 apiece. He ripped one low blocker side, and it gets past Philip Larson, and we are tied at 3. A nice move around the defenseman. A quick wrister. Catches the inside of that far post, and it goes in. Yeah, if I stop in, if I'm in chat and you're there, I can definitely teach you some more Gomer. And for now, this is all I'll be streaming, and probably until I get back up to my dorm in college, and then I'll probably switch it up as some newer games come out. But my schedule right now is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Around the time I went live today, or like within the next hour of that time. Sunrays, you're always included in the chat. But if you want to type in honk, go for it, and I like that. Here's Raymond. 8.5 to play. Wrist stop by Larson. Awesome, Sunrays. I appreciate that, and being here today has been, and talking to you has been awesome. Larson, loose behind him, able to reach back with the glove and keep it between the legs and unable to squeak through. Yes, I'm getting there. All the support by everybody through my first 3 streams has been absolutely phenomenal. Making the switch from YouTube over to here. So I can't wait till I hit affiliate. Ponomarev to Sider. A nice poke defensively there. Kasha unable to get it from Ristolainen, and that will be a trip, which will send Detroit on the power play as Kasha heads off for tripping. 5:40 to go here in the 3rd period. That's awesome, Sunrays. Yeah, I was I had started streaming about 2 years ago over on YouTube, but stopped for a little bit. And then about, I think it was last week, I got back into streaming. This is my 5th stream of this franchise, and over the weekend, I'll finish this in a second. As Anthony Beauvillier fires when short-handed. So yeah, over the weekend I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna switch to Twitch, and I can just keep, I can upload the VODs from Twitch as videos on YouTube, so that way I can get, both everybody still watching, did not want to poke there. So a 5-on-3 power play for Detroit for 1:25. Big kill here. Pulock will wait behind his own net to Sorelli. I'm perfectly fine with throwing it all the way back down. Let Samsonov play it and kill a little bit of clock here. High off the glass. Perlini to Larkin. Poked free, but Bertuzzi's there to pick it up to Mantha. Yeah, I haven't gotten into any of the clipping or highlights aspect yet, but eventually I want to get into doing that part as well for people to watch. Here's Rasmussen up to Ponomarev. Mantha stopped by Samsonov. Eight seconds left on the 5-on-3. A good kill so far. Nachuskin able to knock it off the stick of Saad. And here's Kasha. Andre Kasha hit before he was able to make a play and get the shot away. Back the other way comes Detroit. Off the shoulder of Samsonov and behind the net. Rebound. Falls to Zadina, and we're knotted at 4. Zadina gets his 23rd of the year. Oh, nice, Sunrays. I just started using Streamlabs. So I want to get using Streamlabs or Elements, whichever one, I don't know yet. But I don't have a capture card yet, and my PlayStation Remote Play isn't working, so I can't use either one yet. But eventually, once I get either the Remote Play working or a capture card, I'd like to start using one of them, so I don't have to manually play the horn, and when we score, you guys can type it in, which would make it easier for everybody. Wristed. Good stop by Larson. A minute 44 to go. We are tied at 4 here at Key Arena in Seattle. Krug lets one go. Deflected. Out of play. Rangers, it's coming. Believe. Trust the salmon. We only swim upstream here. Here's Krug. Fired just wide. Cousins circles behind the net, and he'll play it to Raymond. Svechnikov. Hey, Nutsy Poo, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in. How's your day going today? And yeah, 11 viewers. Hey, Orbit, that's okay, man. We're closing in on the trade deadline. We're in a good spot right now. We're in a tight game against Detroit. But I'm trying to decide if we should make any moves at the deadline. Although I don't think there's any that we desperately need to make. So I feel our team's in a pretty good spot this year, depth-wise all around. Yeah, that's what people have been saying that I've been watching, that Streamlabs has been having some issues in the last week or so. Nazi, you say Stream Elements is the wave? Okay. So once I can get that stuff figured out, looks like we'll be switching to Stream Elements. I like that. So overtime yet again for the Sockeye. Or we traded Jari. Or are you talking about IRL? Oh, nice stitch. You made the club. That's awesome. Cousins loses it to Ristolainen, and he trips him up. And we are heading to the penalty kill. Hey, Sunrays, I greatly appreciate you stopping in and being here for so long, and for talking in the chat. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping in. Zadorov. Carry it out. Just throwing on net. Larson will hang on. Rasmussen to Pierlini. Stopped by Samsonov. Zadorov looking to kill a little bit of clock, and he does. Behind his own net, here's Karil Nachuskin. The first ever draft pick by the Seattle Sockeye. Zadina. Hit by Sorelli. He's got a chance. Sorelli uses his speed. Can he get enough? Larson will hold on for the whistle. Orbit, thank you for the host. That is awesome, man. I really appreciate that. .2:17 to go in overtime with 1:12 left on the power play for Detroit. Here's Tyler Bertuzzi. Big hit. Beauvillier takes it off the stick of Ristolainen. Here he comes. Can he get around the edge? No. Back comes Detroit. Bertuzzi in front. Good stop by Samsonov. Gomer, who needs better names? The player? Fleury. Missed the poke. So overtime during the regular season in the NHL is 5 minutes of 3-on-3, and then it goes to a shootout, which is like a penalty shootout in soccer kind of thing. But in the postseason, like playoffs, overtime is golden goal, so it could go 4 overtimes, 5 overtimes if nobody scores. Yeah, Sockeye. It's a type of salmon. That's the team name that I came up with personally. But they are joining the league not this upcoming season, Oh, yes. Arizona beat Nashville. Love to see that. So, Sockeye is what I chose because it was impossible for me, based off of the limitations in-game, to make good logo and jerseys for what Seattle's actually going to be named, which is the Kraken. I know, crazy names in hockey. The Kraken. Nobody would have thought that. But I chose Sockeye because that's personally what I thought Seattle was going to be named, or wanted it to be named. But yeah, that's the team name. Rangers, yeah, last year against St. Louis, it went, I think it was 3 overtimes. It's either 3 or 4, and St. Louis won that game, which eliminated Dallas. Final minute of overtime here. Duclair at the point. Shot blocked. Across. And there it is. Seattle, after being down 2 goals late, or 2 goals in the third period, to come back, win it in overtime on the one-timer, power play marker. Here's the celebration as the Sockeye jump into the boards as a thank you to the fans. Oh, are you talking about, was it the Stanley Cup game against Buffalo that they won the cup with Rangers? So I know that one, I think, went triple overtime. And I know back in, I think it was the 80s or early 90s, the Penguins and Flyers had a 5 overtime game, which was crazy. Yeah, Sitch. The foot was in the crease. Should not have counted. I'm with you there. It was no goal. But we will simulate up to the deadline here. A couple of big trades. We saw Jake Muzzin get moved, as well as Elias Lindholm just now. Devon Tays and Zach Hyman both swap. Kerfoot and Vlasic. Orbit, I watch every game of the playoffs. So even though Winnipeg may be out, I already watched both games today. Yeah, so Seattle is having a team in real life. Yeah, Seattle will have a team in real life, but they're not the Sockeye. That's just what I came up with, because personally that's what I wanted, and it's easier to make. So that's what I just chose. So at the trade deadline, tied for first in the Pacific with Avery's Anaheim Ducks with 77 points. Quick look at team leaders, and we'll just take a look at other teams' trade blocks, see if there's anything we might want to pick up. So leading us in points is Dylan Cousins with 47, Sorelli is 44, Beauvillier 41, Duclair is 40. So there's that Anthony line, those 3, all over 40 points yet again. Raymond has 38 on the top line. D3 of the Mighty Ducks. Yes. Krug is 38. Jones has 35 on the top line. Barry with 33. Gurianov has 32. And Fleury at 31. Our leading goal scorers, we have 2 guys at 21 with Beauvillier and Raymond. Duclair is 19. Cousins is 19. Kasha with 13, Jones 12, Fleury 12 from the blue line, which is great to see. Sorelli has 12, and Harkins with 10. Quick look at how our goaltenders are doing. Samsonov, 27, 17, and 6. He's got 5 shutouts on the year with a .909 save percentage and a 2.98 goals against. Would like to see those two numbers a little bit higher, but save percentage higher, goals against average a little lower, but honestly not bad for him. And Vanacek, he's 8-4-1. He's got 1 shutout, .917 save percentage, and a 2.71. So Samsonov still an 87, he's 26, and Vanacek's up to an 83. So real quickly, yeah, so we're at every game. That's when you miss hockey for 5 months, you gotta watch what you gotta watch. So real quick, we're just gonna take a look at other teams' trade blocks, just see if there's anything of interest for us. Martinook, no. I don't think anybody there. No. Petrangelo, no thank you, he's making $10 million. Jonathan Toews. Okay, that could be an interesting pickup. A veteran presence, he knows what he's doing in the playoffs. He's only on an expiring contract, so wouldn't be too expensive for us. Nobody there in Colorado. Oh yeah, I really hope Columbus wins tonight, because it would be amazing to see Toronto choke yet again in a playoff series. And honestly, the Blackhawks Oilers series, I don't really care who wins. They're kind of just there. Yeah, Toronto does blow. Mark Jankowski, nobody here. What do you guys think on potentially... Oh, yeah, Gomer, no worries. You're fine. Yeah, Sockeye, it's a weird name. It's a salmon that is pretty, like, specific to Seattle. So that's why I came up with it. Chat, what do you guys think on potentially acquiring Toews, or do we just leave him be? That'd be funny, Rangers. Both home teams, since they're at their home rinks, lose. That'd be quality stuff to see. Josh Manson to give some defensive depth wouldn't be bad. So Toews or Manson, if either of those are of any interest to you guys. We don't need Holtby, I don't think. Although he is on an expiring deal, he could be used to just shore up our backup and just give us 2 absolute studs. Nobody there. And same with Winnipeg. So I'll put this out there. One of 3 options. Jonathan Toews, Josh Manson, or Braden Holtby. Do we go after any of those 3, or do we stick with the lines that we have? And just a refresher, here are our lines. Jones, Cousins, Raymond, Duclair, Sorelli, Beauvillier, Kasha, Lowry, Gurianov, Dow Cole, Harkins, Sprong. Okay. Sitch, you say go for Jonathan Toews? We're going to make a shot at it. We're going to have to give up some decent stuff here. But I guess we're going all in to win the cup here in year number 4. Okay, so everybody here, I don't want to trade. Can't trade the Anthonys. We could trade Takashi. Gomer, I'm assuming you're in the United States, correct? Go for toes. So we'll give up Takashi, who we got last year in the draft. We'll throw in... okay, yeah, so you're in the United States. Which game are we talking about? Are we talking about the Toronto game? We could give up Garyanov. How much is he made? How much longer? Garyanov. Yeah, the Toronto game tonight is actually on NHL Network. But if you want, I can give you a website that I use, if you don't get NHL Network, that I stream all the games off of that I watch. And it's 100% free. I think we're going to have to give up a first-round pick here. At least one. Might have to give up 2 first-round picks. There's that. Okay. Okay, so Chicago would have more skaters. Okay, so we'll just have to take somebody back who has no value whatsoever. You know what? Michael Grabner, sure. So, we'll see if this goes through. Zachariah Takashi, Dennis Garyanov, Ferguson and Goddard, who are 2 unsigned prospects, and our first-round pick in 2027 in exchange for Jonathan Toews and Michael Grabner. And there it is. We have Jonathan Toews now. That is a big pickup. Question is, where does he fit in our lines? I think we do this. We move Sprong there. And we do Toews, Jones, Cousins. Do Claire, Sorelli, Beauvillier, Kasha, Lowry, Raymond, Harkin, Sprong. Yeah, Rangers, this is... actually, I wouldn't say it's that big of a risk, since the pick we gave up is in 2027, so we're still a good few years away. So I'm not overly concerned. Gomer, there are no cheerleaders in hockey. We'll put Nachuskin in. Actually, there are some teams that use, like, they're not cheerleaders, but I don't know what to call them, if that makes sense. They're there kind of thing. Wait, why are we getting negative here? Give me Pullock. Why is that still negative? Oh, this is weird. Yeah, there you go. Good word for it. Hype squads. Zadorov, I think. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's fine. Toronto, they're the Maple Leafs, but their mascot is a polar bear. Edit lines real quick. Who did we trade? We traded our second line center? We did. Okay, so we'll put Victor Rask in there. We'll slide Bunieves up. Hey, Rangers, there you go. First in the Central. Love to see that. Pittsburgh could be eliminated today. They're in a dogfight with Montreal right now, tied at 0 in the third period. But I think that's going to be our only trade at the deadline. And I think we'll finish up the regular season right here and get into the playoffs. Hopefully this acquisition of Taves can be a difference maker. Yes, Rangers, go Habs, beat the Penguins. We don't like the Penguins. Real quick, let's just look at the draft class. We're not going to have a top pick, probably somewhere in the early 20s range. Yeah, the more you watch it, Gomer, the easier it is to understand. But there's a lot of nuances that not a lot of like hardcore fans would know, if that makes sense. Oh, here comes our massive losing streak yet again, boys. Okay, 1-2 straight. We have clinched a playoff spot, guys. We've done it. Oh, Canada, and the home of the brave. So we don't miss out on the playoffs this year, but will we get home ice? Yes, we do. So we will be playing the Edmonton Oilers in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I want Columbus to win. Gomer. So we finished 2 points ahead of Edmonton, which gives us home ice. And here comes game 1. Our first playoff series since year number 1. And Jonathan Taves, look at that acquisition already paying dividends for us. Oh my, he's got 2. Sitch, if he leads us to the promised land, I'm not going to say the words, but if he leads us there, I'm going to give you credit. CBJ times 3. Yes. Tyler Benson beats Samsonov to get Edmonton on the board here in the second. Go Habs, go. Go Habs, go. Go Habs, go. So, after 2 periods of play, Seattle leads 3-1. Tyler Benson made it 2-1, but Dal Cole, towards the end of the period, makes it 3-1. Wait, did they score? Don't do this to me, Rangers. Oh my gosh, they scored. Arturi Lehkonen, real life hockey here for a second. Arturi Lehkonen scores an unassisted goal past Matt Murray. And Montreal has the lead, with the chance to knock out Pittsburgh with 4 minutes left, which would be absolutely phenomenal. That's amazing. So we take game 1 against Edmonton, a 4-1 victory. Okay, you know what? We're going to do that right now once we start game 2 simulation. Gomer, I will do that just for you. Because to be fair, not a lot of people, if you don't follow hockey all that religiously, know about it, or like the stuff that happens in hockey. So 4-1 here in the first period. So after one, we lead 4-0. Sprong, Harkins, Jones, and Raymond. Forza, there is the guy from last night, Leon Draisaitl, that we were talking about in your chat. But we lead 4-1 after one. Oh, he does. Okay. Thank you for the update, Rangers. Paul Byron did get credited with an assist there. The Sockeye are not slowing down here in the first round of the playoffs. Draisaitl. Yeah, that's what I put in your chat last night, I think. So third period, we're still up 4-1. 3 minutes to go in this Montreal game in real life, which would be a huge upset if Montreal hangs on to beat Pittsburgh. 5 minutes left in our game of game number 2. At this point, it looks like we will have ourselves a 2-0 series lead. A 5-1 victory here today. Exactly, Gomer. And even I could even use this kind of as like a demo tape to give to people that potentially could hire me if they hear me show them how I do during an actual game. So game number 3, can we put Edmonton on the cusp of elimination here? Cousins quick start, but Paquette responds. One after one is what it looks like, and yes, it is. Paquette and Cousins respectively, score each way. Gomer, thank you for the host. That is greatly appreciative. Rangers, what happened? Don't spoil it. But Yashin makes it 2-1 Edmonton at Rogers Place. Blake Coleman, a late second period goal. So Edmonton leads 3-1 here in Game 3 on their home ice. Need a goal here soon if we're going to have a chance to come back. Oh, okay. Don't scare me like that, Rangers. I'm hoping something happens good in a positive manner. But we'll see. Draisaitl puts one into the empty net for Edmonton. It'll be a 4-1 Edmonton win, as they cut it to a 2-1 series deficit. Game number 4. First period. Let's see. Dylan Cousins. This top line, with the addition of Jonathan Toews, has been phenomenal for Seattle here in the first round. But 2 goals by Edmonton, Connor McDavid and Darnell Nurse, give Edmonton a 2-1 lead after 1. Midway through the second period here. Can we get a second goal? And yes, we can. Andre Kasha and then Torrey Krug right after. Adam Lowry, 3 goals in 3.5 minutes. So after 2 periods of play, Seattle leads 4-2. Yo, Beastin, thank you for the host. How did the rest of your stream go after I left? An empty net for Pittsburgh. It's getting zesty in that game down the stretch. And we hang on for a 4-2 victory over Edmonton to take a 3-1 series lead as we return home to Key Arena. Real quick, I'm going to run to the bathroom, but I will start the simulation here for game number 5. Sorry about that, guys. I am back. So here we are, first period still. Yo, Dwayne, what's going on, man? No problem. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciate that. And Feeve, checking back in. Dwayne, thank you for the host. That is much appreciative. So 2 goals here in the second. Jonathan Toews and Tyson Barrie. Knotted at 3 as we enter third period. And a chance to close out this series and send Edmonton home. But Scott Wilson has something to say, but so does Max Jones. 10 minutes to go. Here we go. We will enter in for a chance to close out this series. Oh, Rangers, did Montreal put in an empty netter? Nice. That means Pittsburgh is going home, which is awesome to see. Let's go, Montreal wins. That's awesome, Rangers. So 10 minutes to go here. We're tied at 4. Game number 5 of the first round in the Western Conference playoffs. Max Jones. Good poke. Fleury thought about pinching but decided against it. Good stop. Scott Wilson. Murray at the point. Yamamoto. Samsonov will hang on for the whistle. Gomer, thank you for the shout out. That means a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Shout out to yourself for being here pretty much the entire stream so far. And with how engaging you have been, it's been phenomenal. Sorelli fired wide. Murray to Draisaitl. Under 7 to go here in Game 5. Benson. Samsonov stopped. Puljujärvi stopped. You did. Rangers, you were close. You forgot one word, and you misspelled "p." I did take French, so I know some stuff. Sitch, yeah. Gomer is an awesome dude. So, you had LA correct, but then it would go, so UN, P, PEU, Gagne. But other than that, you did pretty well. I'll give you that. Rangers. Not gonna lie, sometimes in my spare time, I will listen to Montreal's goal song, just because it's French. I'm a little weird, I know. Samsonov will play it to Pulak. 2 minutes to go here. Here's Lucas Raymond. To Taves, good stop. Five, Seattle Sockeye trying to close out the Edmonton Oilers with a 3-1 series lead. Nice step around by Max Jones. He'll give it to the point to Fleury. Shot blocked. Again to Hayden Fleury. He'll walk the line this time. Step in. Shot blocked by Adam Larson. Good stop yet again. Yeah, Rangers. Carey Price, in that series was literally the only reason that Montreal won. Let's be honest. He carried that team, especially in the first two games when they were getting outshot by a lot. Yamamoto can't beat Samsonov. Good glove save. One last chance potentially for Dal Cole. Stopped, and we'll be heading to the first overtime here in game number 5. Imagine if Avery competes in MasterChef. I would watch that every day. Tyson Barrie turns it over. Here's Draisaitl to Benson. Oh yeah, Chicago chance to close it out. We could see all 6 series today get closed out. Technically, because we've already had 3. Chicago wins. If Columbus wins and if Vancouver wins tonight, all that's left is the round robin games on Saturday or tomorrow, and then Avery, it's not a requirement to be Canadian to compete in MasterChef Canada. At least that I think of. In front. Good defensive play by Fleury and a nice stop by Samsonov. Here's Beauvillier to Max Jones. Tried to feed it back to Jones but turned over. Here's McDavid. The best player in the world. Stopped by Samsonov. And he'll hang on for a whistle. Hey, Kian. What's going on, man? Thank you for stopping in. Forza, can you check that chat for me? Here's Duclair. Little dipsy doodle at the line, fired just wide. To the point to Nachuskin. Poked off the stick, he'll regroup. Nachuskin battled. Hooked. Power play upcoming. Yeah, so the Islanders won today, the Coyotes won today, and now Montreal has won today, IRL. So 3 of the 6 remaining play-in series in real life NHL playoffs have ended. Harkins turns it over, and Edmonton can clear, but Nachuskin will pick it up and start the breakout. Here's Adam Lowry. Stood up at the line. Harkins! What a stop by Aaron Dell. No, you're good, Forza. You're good. All good. Barry walks the line. Good stop by Dell. Turned over. Here's Blake Coleman and Scott Wilson on the penalty kill for Edmonton. Murray. Good stop by Samsonov. He'll hand it off to Duclair, and here comes Sorelli. Stood up by Nurse. Just under a minute left on the power play for Seattle. Avery, always root against Toronto. Always root against Toronto. And you know what? Root for Arizona. Up-and-coming team. They've got some really good players. Wouldn't be a bad shout of a team to root for. Closing in on the midway point of the first overtime here in game number 5. A power play for Seattle. Dickinson will clear it all the way down. Harkins to Jones. Lowry. Krug tipped in front, Clefbaum able to get it to Dickinson, and that should do it for the Seattle power play. Max Jones will hand it off to Harkins. Nachuskin tried to get in front but couldn't. Krug to Draisaitl. Krug was unable to clear. Nurse at the point. Down low to Puljujarvi. Good play by Samsonov to get over and stop that one-time attempt by Benson. And again, another great stop. Harkins. Here comes Jansen. Let the celebration begin in Seattle. For the first time in franchise history, the Seattle Sockeye have won a playoff series, defeating the Edmonton Oilers 5-4 in overtime of Game 5 to take the series 4-1 as we look at the handshakes real quick. A big win to move us on to the second round. It looks like we will be playing the Winnipeg Jets in the second round of the playoffs, which could be a spicy playoff matchup, and that is who we have. Huge series. 2 of the better young goaltenders in the league going at it. Connor Hellebuyck versus Ilya Samsonov. Game number 1, Key Arena in Seattle. Here we go. Patrick Laine, there he is. The Finnish sniper. going to be a thorn in the side. This Winnipeg team is stacked, especially on their top two lines. And a quick start, but a good end. Beauvillier gives some life heading into the intermission. Fisher and Laine for Winnipeg, but Beauvillier gets Seattle on the board. Exactly, Rangers. Who can take it? Midway through the second, Scheifele beats Samsonov. But Lucas Raymond, his first career NHL playoff goal, as for Dylan Cousins as well. So after 2 periods here in game 1, we are tied at 3 apiece. Beauvillier gets his second, but Fisher responds. Mark Scheifele, Gomer, you have to make it as exciting as humanly possible to keep the audience entertained. That's your job. You're here. Provide commentary for what's happening and just keep people engaged. There's always something happening. It might not seem exciting to you, but to an avid hockey fan, it might be an exciting thing. We might see a fight happen. That's where you gotta get amped up and let these fans know what's happening. So Winnipeg takes game 1, 5-4. Let's see if Seattle can respond here at home. 2 goals in the first. Caution Jones. But Laine yet again, this time on the doorstep next to Samsonov. It's 2-1. Seattle after 1. Beauvillier, he's got his third of the series, and there's Sorelli and Krug. Quick fire action by Seattle, but Scheifele a good response. So after 2, Seattle leads 5-2, looking to even the series at 1. Yeah, Gomer. Even if it's, I'll give an example. Let's say this year, Detroit and LA, 2 absolutely terrible teams. If they're playing, you just got to announce like you would normally announce, and just keep everyone engaged, especially if you're on radio, because your job is to make the game as vivid as possible for people listening. As we take game 2, 5-2, and not the series at 1 apiece. As we head to Bell MTS Place in Winnipeg for game number 3. Rangers, you would expect him to be kind of giving it his all after the shaky first 2 periods he had in that game. So after 1, Beauvillier has his 4th of the series. An early goal. Seattle leads 1-0. Second period. Not much happening, but Adam Lowry against his former club makes it 2-0. Final 5 minutes of the second period here. Andre Kasha makes it 3-0 in the offense for Seattle. Stays hot, and the defense has woken up a bit. Sorelli makes it 4. Will we take a 2-1 lead here, heading into game number 4? Final 5 minutes. And that'll do it, a 4-0 win Oh, Sitch. I'm excited to play EASHL as well, but I swear if you just jinxed us by saying that, I might throw some fists. Nah, I'm joking, Sitch. I would never do that. So game number 4, we're up 2-1. Yeah, no worries, Gomer. If you have any more questions about anything hockey or sports related, just drop them in chat and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Beauvillier is absolutely hot in this series. He's got his 5th goal in 4 games. But Blake Wheeler, the captain, responds for Winnipeg. So after 1 period, we are knotted at 1. Yeah, Rangers. That's a big stat. Those are 2 big-time players, and they show up in big-time situations. So we'll see how they perform for Chicago today. See if they can close out Edmonton. Personally, I didn't even think that series was going to be close. But after Game 1, I was like, oh, okay, Edmonton, a little shaky looking, especially with Mike Smith in net for Game 1. And then Koskinen looked really well in Game 2 as Andre Kasha knots it at 2 for us. And then I don't know what happened down the stretch for Edmonton. Beauvillier, his 6th of the series, and we're up 4-2. Will we head home with a 3-1 lead and a chance to close it out? Yes, we will. Here we go, game number 5 at home, Key Arena. Can we make the Western Conference Finals? Big time here. First period. Who will get that opening goal? Yeah, Mike Smith, I mean, he's just been around forever. So Gomer, if the Blackhawks win today, they move on and Edmonton gets eliminated from the playoffs. But yeah, Rangers, Mike Smith, he's been around for, what, 18 years now. And it always feels like he falls apart in the playoffs, especially since, 2011 with Arizona when they lost to LA in the Western Conference Finals? Yeah, it was the Western Conference Finals. Yes, Gomer, there you go, you're learning. The Edmonton Oilers. Nice. Yeah, honestly, that's a good way to describe him, Sitch. We're up 1-0 in Game 5. Can we hang on to close it out? A chance to move to our first Western Conference Final. Here's Nick Ehlers for Winnipeg. As the Jets are on a power play. Big moment of this game. Jansen Harkins. I'm kind of surprised that Nashville decided to go with Saros. But honestly, I think next year Saros will easily be the #1 goalie, as Winnipeg had Samsonov out of the net, but unable to beat him as they hit the post. Back the other way, Ehlers to Wheeler. And Winnipeg will go to a 5-on-3 power play. Connor, and we're tied at 1 here. Okay, Gomer. I will convert her to a hockey fan as well. Oh yeah, definitely. Kessel and Hall played really well in the series for Arizona, and yeah, especially game one. I wouldn't say they underestimated him. I think they underestimated Darcy Kemper because he has been one of the best goalies in the league this year. Before he got injured, before the pause, but he played phenomenal for them this series. Here's Kyle Connor. He's got the tying marker on the 5-on-3. Good poke by Sorelli. To the point to Morrissey in front. Samsonov will hang on for the whistle. Taves and Beauvillier, along with Fleury and Zadorov. Or Fleury and Barry, excuse me. Bobrovsky's been brutal all year. Rangers. That contract is not going to be good for Florida. Mears-Lickens. Both goalies for Columbus, Mears-Lickens and Korpisalo. They're both hit or miss. Some games they're absolutely amazing, like Korpisalo had been in games 1 and 2, but he struggled in game 3. What was that, last night? But and then Mears-Lickens came in and he got the win. So I would say Mears-Lickens probably in a good spot tonight to help Columbus close out that series. Yes, his name is Elvis as well. So I mean, you can't go wrong with a guy named Elvis. Yes, Sitch, both of them, they've really overachieved in goal this year. So a lot of people with hey, all good Forza. Thank you for stopping in. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow in your chat. We swim upstream. Line A. Can't clear. Here's Barry at the point. I mean, as long as Toronto loses, I'm just happy. It's on net, and Hellebuck will hang on for the whistle. But yeah, Korpisalo and Mears-Lickens both really overperformed this year, which has been great to see, especially with everyone saying, oh, Bobrovsky's leaving, Panarin's leaving, they're not going to have a chance. They have a really good team, and they have some really good prospects coming up as well. Even in goal, they have Vinny Vehvilainen as well. Yeah, Boston does have a tough road, and they haven't looked all that well in their round-robin games either. Sitch, I'm right there with you about Toronto. In front, it's 2-1. Oh no. David Gustafsson. Don't do this to me, Gus. Winnipeg takes a 2-1 lead here in the third. Zadorov. Oh, fans on the shot. Gus back the other way. Here's Pulak. Oh, nearly fed it to Harkins. Zadorov. Unable to get it through. Ehlers turned with the steal. Fired it wide. Harkins to Pulak. Here comes Daniel Sprong. Final minute. Thought about pulling the goalie, but we turned it over. So I'm going to wait until we have the puck. Here's Dylan Cousins. Need a goal here. Final minute of regulation. Nicoletti to Kyle Connor. Ehlers turns it over. Cousins can't get the shot away. 30 seconds left. Cousins, good stop by Hellebuck. Roslovic to Connor. Winnipeg trying to extend the series and send it back to Winnipeg at Bell MTS Place for the whiteout. One last rush. Hellebuck hangs on. Don't think that will have enough time left. Oh, 5 minutes till puck drop. Yes, Avery, if you hit, if you're on PlayStation, it's L1 and that middle button, in the middle, the big, like, the touchpad is what it is. If you press them at the same time, you pull your goalie mid-rush. And I think on Xbox, it's LB and the button that has the two little, like, squares overlapping. So Winnipeg takes game 4. Or Winnipeg takes games 5, excuse me. We'll simulate game 6. See if we can close it out this time. First period. We're going to speed it up a little bit. Anthony Cirelli makes it 1-0. Second period. Caution Wheeler. And here we go. We'll slow sim here a bit now. Yeah, the big black thing in L1. That is what causes you to pull your goalie. Beauvillier! Yet again. It's 3-1. A chance to close it out on the road. 9:41 to go. Game 6, Western Conference semifinals. A win here would send the Sockeye to their first ever Western Conference final appearance. Yes, Avery. You do. Karil Nachuskin. Cirelli. Another 5-minute power play right now for Winnipeg. This is a big moment in the game. Adam Lowry. Off the crossbar and it goes over the net. Kyle Connor. To Nicoletti. Good stop by Samsonov. And Lowry will break the other way. He stood up, but Nachuskin's there. He's going to look to kill a little bit of this 5-minute man advantage for Winnipeg. Oh, Lowry nearly sprung on the break there. Spacek fed it in the one-timer. Good glove save by Samsonov. 8:57 to go. Samsonov, 31 saves on 32 shots here tonight in Winnipeg. Cousins unable to clear, but Barry. Cousins breakaway. Good stop by Hellebuck. Ehlers to Wheeler. Line rips one past Samsonov, and it's 3-2. Winnipeg will remain on the power play since it is a 5-minute major. Yeah, Avery, there is a lot of stuff. Pretty much anything online related you need PS Plus for. But it's interesting because Xbox and Microsoft are actually announcing that supposedly they're getting rid of the paywall for online play and making it all free, which is interesting to see, and we'll see if PlayStation and Sony follow suit on that. Oh, Game 4 about to get underway in Edmonton. Oh, no, 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 no. Mark Scheifele. We're tied at 3. Okay. Still on the power play. Scheifele's 7th of the playoffs. And they still have 2.5 minutes left on the man advantage. Yeah, Avery, I was honestly thinking about switching back to Xbox, personally, for the next gen. But I haven't fully decided yet. Here's Zadorov. Bring it around to Kasha. To Nachuskin. Turned over Kyle Connor. Nice poke by Kasha. In front, spot check. From the point, tipped. Good stop by Zadorov. Or, excuse me, by Samsonov. Tied at 3, 7 minutes to go. Line A from the point, stopped by Samsonov. He'll play it to Fleury. 2 minutes left on the 5-minute power play. Here comes Sorelli. Point to Fleury. Hidden Fleury. Loses it. Taken by Spacek. Here's Kyle Connor in the corner. To the point to line A. Across to Pionk. Give and go stolen by Lowry. And he can take it out and kill a little bit of time here. He'll dump it all the way down. What do you mean, Avery, that you didn't get a Bluetooth headset? Zadorov stood up. Sony is annoying in that only specific Bluetooth headsets work. You have to buy a Sony Bluetooth headset, which is annoying, but that's life. So 5-on-3 for 40 seconds here. Big stop. Samsonov makes 2, and he lays on his back to make sure it doesn't get by him. An early goal for Edmonton. Okay. Oh. I don't know, Avery. I'm not the one who said it. Don't ask me. So Rangers, Archibald already has Edmonton on the board, is what you're saying. So the first penalty comes to an end. 1:10 left on the second. Scheifele to Wheeler. Put just wide. Sorelli to Harkins. Fired just wide. Yeah, I'm not surprised he's still a bit sloppy, Rangers. Especially, I mean, they weren't expecting to make the playoffs here. So that's why they traded Lehner. Because, I mean, if Lehner was still here, obviously he'd probably be starting, because I think he's the better goalie of the two. But that's life. Torrey Krug. Hayden Fleury. Almost done with the second penalty here. Avery. You're gonna get a lot of stuff here for free if you keep that up. Keep making him talk, and he's gonna owe you stuff. Good block by Fleury. Zadorov's out of the box. Back to even strength for the first time in 6.5 minutes. Hayden Fleury. And it's 4-3. Seattle. A big goal just after The Zadorov penalty ended, and Seattle leads 4-3. Hayden Fleury flies free on Southwest. I like that. 3:32 to go. He gets his first of the playoffs. Couldn't have come at a bigger time. Turned over, and it bounced off the post. Roslovic had a chance right off the draw to tie it. Fisher. Down the boards, up to Niskanen. Leddy. Fired wide. 2 minutes to go. Here comes Dylan Cousins. Toe drag. Nice move. Pulak couldn't get the shot away. Avery, if we would have thrown that away, I would have cried. Good stop by Samsonov. Final minute. Adam Lowry. Zadorov. Good stop by Hellebuck. Vesalainen to Line. Get ready for Hellebuck to head to the bench. There he goes. Turned over. No, Line. Pass stolen by Kasha. Zadorov. Raymond. And there it is. (5-3) Seattle Sockeye lead, and they're on their way to the Western Conference Final for the first time in franchise history. Let's get some noise in the chat, boys. Hashtag we swim upstream. That's what we want to hear. Icing with 20 seconds to go, but that's fine. There it is, Sitch. Love to see that. We swim upstream in Seattle. Just kill the clock. Nothing else happen. Everybody stay healthy. Jonathan Taves. Maybe he was the biggest acquisition that we could have ever asked for. There it is. 5-3 victory, and we're off to the Western Conference Finals. Avery, if I could do that, I would do that. It'll be Seattle versus Colorado, Western Conference Final. Eastern Conference, Tampa Bay versus Washington. 2 big series. Who will meet for the chance to lift Lord Stanley? Game number 1. And here we go. First period. We're going to go a little bit faster. First period, Colorado on the board first because of Nathan MacKinnon. Second period, MacKinnon gets his second. And Rantanen, but Cousins and Jones, it's 3-2. Colorado leads entering the third. Oh, did they? They have Doc and Kane paired up. Oh, that is interesting, Rangers. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Once I finish up my stream and put that game on. Can we tie it up late? It doesn't look like it. Oh, Lucas Raymond! Lucas Raymond with 42 seconds left ties it at 3. We head to overtime in game 1, but Colorado takes it. Patrick Hornquist. 4-3. Avs win game 1. Simulate up to game number 2. Sorelli, our leading point getter so far with 12 and 12. Here is game number 2 at the Pepsi Center. First period. 3 goals. MacKinnon, Hornquist, and Burakovsky. Second period. Dalcol and Comfort, so 4-1 lead for Colorado here. Sorelli gets one early. But Cole Perfetti responds. It's a 3-goal Avs lead. Closing minutes of game number 2. And the Avalanche take it 5-2. I think we may have run into the Avalanche come barreling down the mountain directly at our Sockeye. Oh, Brandon Sauter, we tied at 1, Rangers. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Did not mean to go into our calendar, but that's okay. Avery, I'm glad you picked up what I was putting down there. So here we go. First period of game number 3. At home. Max Jones and Mikko Rantanen. Second period. Stepan and Cale Makar. A much needed big third period here for Seattle. Can we pick up our first win of the Western Conference Final? Let's see. Under 8 to go. Rangers, we love to see the Blackhawks tie that up. Lucas Raymond, 3-2, 2 minutes to go. Cale Makar, empty netter, and that will do it. Colorado takes a commanding 3-0 lead. I think we may have run in to just too heavy of an avalanche coming down at us. Game number 4. Have to win to keep our season alive. First period, let's see what happens. Andre Kasha, an early goal. Lucas Raymond, MVP. I like that. Absolutely, Avery. I think that trade for giving up Taylor Hall for Lucas Raymond, phenomenal. Rangers, I don't like to cheese the game by playing too many. But keep in mind, we're still only in our 4th year. Oh shoot, did not mean to do that. Third period. We're still only in our 4th year of existence. The fact that we made the Western Conference Final, big improvement over last season. We have tons of young guys coming in. If they keep growing, we're going to have ourselves a chance for the next 10 years to come. Especially if once Yaroslav Askarov and Chaz Lucius make their way and become everyday fixtures in our lineup. Exactly, Avery. The future is bright. We didn't really sacrifice anything too much. We traded Garyanov. We got ourselves Jonathan Taves. He helped us make this run. But that's you're gonna run into a hot team, and that's what we've run into here. Beauvillier turns it over. In front. Surely that will do it now. A 3-1 lead with 3:45 to go. Nathan MacKinnon has 13 goals so far in the playoffs. He has been absolutely lights out for the Avalanche. Good stop by Samsonov. And to his defense, Samsonov has played well. I think just Colorado is just too good of a team. They have some of the best players in the league. You know, McKinnon, Rantanen, Cale Makar. They've got Bowen Byram coming. Gabe Landeskog. Sitch, is it still frozen? Let me know. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I got you. I see what you did there. Oh, we still have life. Duclair. Oh, couldn't beat the goaltender. Sam Girard. Avery, I don't know. I don't want to play dirty. You gotta accept it. Oh, we have life. 3-2. Around 20 seconds left. Can we tie it late? This could be the momentum we needed if we can tie it here. Excuse me. Yeah, 23.1. We'll pull the goalie right away. There we go. Ryan Pulock, 15 seconds left. Lowry in front. Stopped by Antti Ranta. Kasha has been phenomenal. Lucas Raymond has been phenomenal. Our third line. You don't expect much out of your third line other than chipping in a couple goals here and there. But they have been amazing for us this playoff run. Surely that'll do it. Have to take the penalty there. 4.8 seconds left. We're down 3-2. Have to win the draw and just hope for a miracle. We don't. Kubalik's shot stopped. And that will do it. Yay! I just got my first. Just got my first troll. Let's go. Oh, Range, did you say it's 2-1 Hawks? Nice. Love to see that. So we fall in 4 games to Colorado. In the Western Conference Finals. Not exactly what we were looking for, but not the worst either. Yeah, exactly, Avery. Good run. We made it close. Rangers the Troll was just one of those, you want to become famous or like buy followers here or whatever. So see ya. We don't want you here. Colorado, as expected, wins the Stanley Cup as Rockford picks up the Calder Cup. So I think we'll get through the draft here and we'll do our re-signings, and we'll end it there and pick up with free agency on Monday. Some big retirements: Joe Thornton, Patrice Bergeron, Blake Wheeler, Vanek, Carter, Palminville, Koivu, Dustin Brown, Chara, TJ Oshie, Shea Weber, Ryan Suter. A lot of big players here retiring. Any goalies of notice? There goes Hank. Craig Anderson. Finally. I know, Joe's been here forever, man. Jimmy's gone. Anton Hudobin, Chad Johnson, Zatkov, and UC Reinas. So here we go. The year 4 draft coming up next. Did any of our coaches retire? Let's see. Yes, we had one coach retire. That's perfectly fine. We'll hire a new guy. Jumbo Joe. He gone. Entry draft time. We have 2 first-round picks this year. Let's see what we got. should be rather late. 22 and 29. Fine by me. Let's see who we can get. Any big guys? Let's look at that medium franchise. This guy real quick. Tommy Law, 81 overall. Hey, you're not wrong, Rangers. Not too shabby for him. Some good picks here. A lot of elites, some medium, top 4 and top 6 guys. Sweeney. Here we go. Our first pick. Okay, so they're saying one of these 3 is who our scouts recommend. What do you guys say on this guy? Just take a shot on an Austrian. We know absolutely nothing about him, but he is the 22nd ranked 22nd ranked prospect according to Central Scouting. You know what? Here we go. Duke, medium top 6 forward. I like that. Let's take a quick look. Two-way forward. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Swing and hope. I like that. You know what? I think we go defenseman here. I think we go with this Peyton Palminville. Medium top 4 defensive defenseman. 6'2", 211. Shutdown ability. He's good good mobility and puck mover. I like that. And he takes winning seriously, and they say he's NHL ready. Mark-Edward Vlasic, I think that's a good comp. You know what? Peyton Palminville. Ooh, 77 overall out of the draft. I like that. That is a very good pick for us. Help get some depth defensively. That's the one thing we really struggle with. Hey Avery, look at this guy's first name. Tell me if you recognize it. But I think Rangers. I mean, if that's how this kid becomes, I'm down. You know what? We're taking Vyacheslav Tikhonov just because of the name. Medium elite goaltender. Love to absolutely see that. That's a big pog moment, Avery. Big pog moment. Our second round pick here. Let's take a shot on one of these 3 guys. Who do you think? We take the German, the Ukrainian, or the Canadian? Charlie Clymer, ETA 3 years. Viktor Kuznetsov, also 3 years. And Mateo Setzinger, we have absolutely no idea. You want to take Setzinger, Avery, this guy? I'm down to take him. Here we go. Mateo Setzinger. Medium top 9. Oh, Rangers. Rangers, I'm sorry. I mean, they're pretty much identical. So I like Avery's thinking there. I like German guys. They're an up and coming hockey nation, by the way. Keep that in mind. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yes? A medium elite guy in the 3rd round just because he's a low overall? Sure. Thank you. That is an absolute steal. Why are there so many high potential guys left? This is weird. I'm so confused. I am Confucian. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum, go back by scout ranking or central scouting. I think we go for Marcus Gilson here. Medium top 9 forward, not too shabby at all. So we got 2 fifths. 2 fifths. I think we have a 6th. Do we have a 6th? We have a 6th. Do we have a 7th? I think we have 5 picks left. Okay. Is that like a legitimate thing? Oh wait, hold on. Another elite potential guy. Don't mind if I do. Gomer, what do you mean? Is it like in the actual video games or like in like people streaming? If that makes sense, what I'm asking. We're gonna take a shot on this Kari Kartinen dude. Back-to-back low elite picks in the 5th round. Okay, we're absolutely insane drafting right now, guys. Ooh. That, I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. You know, we're gonna take a shot on this Holtby guy. Andrew Holtby, low fringe, nah, not terrible. Inside the game itself, that just seems so weird. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know how I feel, guy. Honestly. We're just gonna take some shots now, guys. Let's go with Marcus Mikanov. What is he? Medium bottom 6 forward, not too shabby. And for our final pick, you know what? We'll go Larry Fitzgerald. Another medium bottom 6. Overall, a very phenomenal draft, I have to say. I think it was 4 or 5 elite potential guys. So our future is looking even brighter than it did just a bit ago. Rangers, imagine. You're streaming. It's Game 7. Raid Shadow Legends. Whoa, 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 wait. Karil. I think I just saw Karil Nachuskin doesn't want to re-sign with us. I think, Avery, I think it's his son. I think it's, Larry Fitzgerald Jr. Oh, yeah, honestly, it's pretty stupid, honestly. Zadorov. You know what? Fine, you can leave as well. We don't want you. We'll do you. Taves we're gonna release. MyPillow.com. No, it's gonna be Zoo Pals. There we go. Oh, okay. Avery, if it's Phil Swift, you might have a point here. We'll do 1 year at 1.6 for Dezingle. Dow Cole. Let's give him what he wants. Avery, you're making a good point. If it's Phil Swift, I might have to sign up for that. Give me flex tape. Burka. So we got a lot of young guys that are getting their first contracts. I'll try to move through this as quick as possible. Kasha, I'll give you 1 year at 3.4. You should accept that. Lowry, 2.5 for a year. I think it's better to give some of these guys like 1 year deals, especially since we don't know how the progression's gonna go for our younger guys. Sure, Victor Rask. And a Snuggie. The Snuggie commercials, oh my gosh. That'd be hilarious. Nachuskin. 5.5 for 4 years for Karil Nachuskin. Hopefully he accepts that. A Chia Pet? Oh. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Chia Pet. Paul. A Pet Rock? Sign me up. Okay, so we got a couple more guys to sign. Then we just have to look at goalies real quick. Jansen, I'll give you what you want. And Sorelli. Goalies. Who has to sign? Ooh, so we might have to buy out one of our guys. Or do we let Vanacek walk since we have Askarov and Subban and Hill? I think we let Vanacek walk here. I'm fine with that. Let's advance a day. See what we got. So Lowry accepts Harkins, Kasha, Dzingel, Rask, Dow Cole, okay, Fossarelli, Palminville, Moran, Borgen, Hunt, Sarayarvi, Iserman, Asham, Bobrovsky, Burka, Gua, Kivanamaki, Nachuskin, okay, he resigned, that's good, and Igor Tarasov. So I think that is basically everybody. Except there's one guy left. Dow Cole. I'll give you, 1.2 for 2 years. There you go. Advanced day. He should accept that. Perfect. Well, let's see who's in free agency, and we might just do it real quick and simulate up until the start of next season like we normally do. So we are coming up on 3.5 hours. And oh my gosh. Okay. So we have 24 million in cap space. So we could sign 2 absolute studs if you guys are interested. We can sign Cale Makar and Alec Kavanaugh. Add these guys to our team, and we're going to be absolutely phenomenal next season and for a long... Definitely Kavanaugh. We put in an offer last year. He was the guy that we sent in an offer sheet for, but you think we could find a better D than Makar? I mean, we did let Zadorov walk. Okay. So we just go for Kavanaugh. Let me just see how much cap space New Jersey has, and we're going to open up a couple of contract spots just to be safe. That's a valid point. You do need solid D all around. Okay. I might trade Tyson Barrie here. Because if we can put them over the amount that we're going to offer, they're not going to be able to match him. So spend $15 million to get who? Kavanaugh and Silverberg? Is that what you're saying? And like, look how stacked this team is for New Jersey, by the way. Kavanaugh, Hughes, Heishier, Clark, Stutzla, Hall, Power, Rossi. That is absolutely insane. $15 million for 3 really good defensive guys. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying there. This guy and this guy. Wait, we need to get rid of guys. Okay. Let's get rid of you and you. Oh, Rangers, don't do that to me. Avery, who was clutch in the playoffs? Aiden Hill, would you take him? Yes. Sit, you're good. You're good. They had a power play and couldn't score. Ah, no. And give me... You know what? Give me your first, straight up. Let's just see what they say to that. Gee, okay. Fine. Give me some second round picks, New Jersey. Don't get your, don't get too pissy with us. Let's do that. You'll accept that. There we go. Okay. So if we offer a lot of money here, let me just look at the offer sheet compensation. We're going to do everything where we don't have to give up our next 4 years of first round picks. So I say we do 10.5 for 2 years for Kavanaugh. Avery, it's all in the mind games you have to play with other teams. You know what? Yeah, we'll go 2 years. 10.5 million. This is going to be a massive overpayment, I know. But I don't think... Okay, so we don't have the draft picks. That's fine. I have to go find them. But yes, exactly, Sidge. If you get a medium franchise start, like a star center like that, 100% worth. So we need our first 3 picks this year. So we have our first. We don't have our second. And we don't have our first next year. Okay. I gotta remember where I sent all these picks. Oh. Okay, so there's our second. Buffalo has our second. You know what? Here, we'll give you a next year's second and a third and like 2 years down the line. There we go. And we just need to find our first now. And there it is. Okay. And a third. I should accept that. Okay. How about... how about a 3rd and 27? There we go. Okay. Sitch, technically they're my picks, so if we're gonna get Alec Kavanaugh, we kind of need him. 2 years. Sitch, it's already happened. I'm sorry. 2 years, 10.5 million. This could be an absolutely amazing steal. Oh, Devontae's. I do like Devontae's. He's normally a pretty solid player in this. But you know what? We're gonna trust the team. Yo, Reeve! What's going on, man? Thank you for stopping in. We are finishing up our Year 4 season simulation and off-season. So, we're at the start of free agency. We just put in an offer on a restricted free agent of $10.5 million. If he accepts and New Jersey can't match or decides not to match, we have to give up our first 3 picks in next year's draft, as well as the following year's first-round pick. So we went kind of all in here to give ourselves a star centerman. Here we go. And Reeve, thank you so. We're super close to affiliate guys. 3 away from 50 followers. That's amazing. Okay, so Alec Kavanaugh has accepted, but now New Jersey can decide to match, but I don't think they have the cap space to do it. And there we go. The New Jersey Devils have decided that they are not willing to match our offer of $10.5 million to Alec Kavanaugh. Given the higher level of salary involved, you must supply 4 draft picks. Reeve, you can't sub yet because I'm not an affiliate yet, but we're almost there. We're almost there. We're getting close. So we'll sim to next season. We'll set up our lines, and we'll end off the stream there. Tamala accepted. He was a guy we qualified. Same with Sprong and Johans Johannesson. Yeah, Reeve, first time in here. That's okay. Super glad you stopped in. It means a lot for you even coming at all and to drop that follow. It is awesome. So we're simulating up to the start of year number 5. We'll just set up our lines real quick, and then might go and set up a raid. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Okay. So look at that top line. Cousins, Kavanaugh, Raymond. No, you go there, and you go there. Gotta keep our Anthonys together. None of you guys can play center. We'll bring you up. Avery, that it is. It is very cool to smash that follow button. Let me look. Who was scratched? Lowry is scratched. Where's Chaz? Not that. Wanted to go in the system. Okay, so Lucius still struggling to grow a little bit, but that's okay. So we're gonna call both of them up. And we'll send down Fost and Sam Moran, I think. Ooh, we could do a poached Ducks line. I like that, Avery. Although I do want to put, only problem is none of these guys are centermen. Let's see. What's his? 65, 67, 65. So we need a centerman on that line, which is why I was thinking we put Harkins there. Nachuskin, you're getting scratched for Chaz Lucius. And actually, Lucius is going to be our third line center. See if he can start to grow into that potential he has. And then we'll slide in William Wallinder. So we go Krug, Nachuskin, Polak, Fleury, Wild, and Wallinder. Hey, Reeve, that's fine. We've had a lot of other guys in here today that know absolutely nothing about hockey. And apparently I've been teaching them a lot. So, I'm happy to help. So we're going to call... We need to call up Askarov real quick then. Avery, we still have Boo. We need a guy to play first line center. Okay. That's fine. We'll just throw some random dude in now. But actually, we'll do you there. We'll put Dal Cole there. I like that. Let's throw some random scratch die. Let's throw Fost in. Defenseman, we need to put one in. We'll throw Sam Moran. I know this is probably not the most interesting stuff to watch. There's Peyton Palminville. We'll put those two there. And then we'll swap them. Okay, so roster moves. We need to send down Malcolm Subban. Call up Askarov. And I want to send down a center. Probably Victor Rask. There we go. Sorry, this is taking a little bit longer. Yes, there are fights in this game. Haven't had any on stream yet. Might look to do that at the start of our next season once we get our first game going there, which may be a little interesting for you to watch. Reeve. Why does nobody want to be our first line center? This is really weird. Okay, that's fine. Let me just put Malcolm Subban in here. Of course you do, Avery. Just spam triangle, and you get yourselves a fight. So we still have Torrey Krug as our captain, Anthony Duclair, and Anthony Beauvillier as our alternates. So there we go. We are up to season number 4. Thank you guys so much for coming out today. We're going to end it here. Really appreciate it. I think we had 6 new followers today, which was absolutely amazing. Thank you everybody for being in chat, talking so much. Nearly 4-hour stream. That's crazy. And we're going to close it off with a raid. If you guys have any suggestions, put it in. If not, I think we're going to raid my guy, Wacky Prozac. He's an MLB streamer. He also does some COD, as well as Apex Legends. So we're going to do we're going to send a raid his way. If you guys want to hang around for that, it'd be greatly appreciated.